He's always such a tough act to follow. Of course, Calgary-Lougheed people know Calgary-Lougheed has a real soft spot in my heart. I have a soft spot in my heart for Calgary-Lougheed. To Trenna, to Roy, to all the volunteers from Calgary-Lougheed for making this event happen. To Daryl as kind of the founder of the feast, who makes all of these, whether it's a little bit of an injection of truth or whether it's the courage to listen. We appreciate the degree to which Calgary-Lougheed and Daryl and his crew lead the conservative movement in the province. So I want to ask for a round of applause for all of that. Good evening, friends. Alberta's strength has always come from its people, families, farmers, small business owners, and workers who believe in freedom, hard work, and opportunity. That independent spirit is what keeps this province strong. We don't wait for someone else to solve our problems. We roll up our sleeves, we build, we grow, and we protect what we've earned. 2 years ago, when you elected me as UCP president, I made one promise, that this party would always belong to its members, not to insiders or factions. And regardless of what you've read on Substack or wherever, I have maintained 100% commitment to that, and I always will. Together, we've opened the doors of our party, brought greater accountability, and made sure every member's voice is heard. Because this party belongs to the people who build it. People like all of you. People like the folks up here. Now, as we look toward 2027, our job couldn't be clearer. The NDP wants to take Alberta backward with higher taxes, more government control, and less freedom for families and businesses. And we can't let that happen. We believe in Alberta's spirit of independence, in our right to make our own decisions, build our own province, and decide our future without asking for permission from Ottawa. The time for Alberta sovereignty is now. And we have a premier who is absolutely fighting for Alberta sovereignty, and a party that you make up the voices of that is 100% committed to Alberta sovereignty. And thank you so much for your commitment to that. This next election isn't about politics, it's about defending Alberta's future. Prophetic comment, maybe the funeral of the nation, definitely not Alberta's funeral. Our freedom to decide our own path, our right to grow our economy our way, and our responsibility to protect what makes this province strong. We can only do that if we stay united. When conservatives stand together, and Irma said it really well, we've heard it from a lot of people, when we listen to one another and when we focus on what we share instead of what divides us, we win every time. I'm running for re-election as your UCP president because I believe in this movement and in what we've built together. But most of all, I believe in you. I believe in all of you, the members who make this party and the province what it is. Together, we'll stand with Premier Danielle Smith, we'll defeat the NDP, and we'll keep Alberta's future where it belongs, in Alberta's hands. Thank you for your trust, your support, and everything you do to keep Alberta moving forward. Now, we talk a lot about the elephant in the room. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. If you've heard I'm weak, if you've heard I'm a shill, if you've heard that I don't stand up for the members of this party, I want to suggest to you, I stood on the steps of the ledge alongside my friends Samantha and Jack Redekop, who's on our provincial board and is here now, and Patrick Malkin and Vicky Kosmak-Lafrenz, and we said, party board, you got to quit, and Premier, you got to quit. And a year ago, when a group of grassroots conservatives said, this is what our Bill of Rights should be, and we heard from our Premier that there was going to be a Bill of Rights, I took that Bill of Rights to our provincial board, we endorsed it, and we fought for it. And I think that, thank you. And I think that MLA Bouchard would say that I have stood in front of the caucus and not necessarily been the most popular person in the room. And I think I stood my ground. I actually had Sonia Egi-Samu and Ranjit Bath come and stand beside me, and I was so focused on what was going on that I didn't even realize they were there. They said, "We thought you needed a little support." I am not afraid to stand up for what our members believe. And every vote I have ever made, everything our board has ever done has been 100% about the best interests of this movement, of keeping us united and ensuring that we're going to win in 2027. Now, I have a little piece of paper that I'd like you all to grab. It's out there in the hallway. It focuses on liberty, unity, victory. And part of that unity is we've had a lot of talk tonight about unity, but we have to recognize that there are things that bring us together and there are things that bring us apart. And there are some things that I am really comfortable supporting the members of the provincial board who have said, we can't actually have a position on this as a party because it will split us as a party until Albertans have told us what our position should be. And that's why the Alberta Prosperity Project, their job was to get people to support the Alberta pension plan, and they did it. When people said it couldn't happen, APP proved them wrong, and they made it happen. If our Alberta is actually going to have a referendum on independence that's going to lead to a positive decision on what would be the Mitch Sylvester question as opposed to the other non-constitutional question, it's going to have to come from APP. And if our party takes a position on that, we stand to risk that decision not going the way that our party members want it to. Because there are people who will oppose the United Conservative Party just because we're the United Conservative Party. But if they listen to Mitch and they listen to the APP people, they might be convinced. Because he did it on APP, he can do it on independence. Together, we'll stand with Premier Danielle Smith, protecting our freedoms and keep Alberta's future where it belongs, in Alberta's hands. Our job is to stay united, focused, and ready to win in 2027. My name is Rob Smith. I'm running for re-election to keep this movement strong, united, and winning in Edmonton, in Calgary, and the rest of the province in October 2027. Please continue to support me for consistency, unity, and strong, effective leadership.